Friends, welcome to Deep Dive, a School of Fish strategy series of conversations. We have two virtual hosts, Mike and Amy, who will share their thoughts on yet another universal topic. We hope you find the conversations engaging and enlightening, packed with rigor, relevance, and realism on issues facing the modern world. Thank you for joining the Deep Dive today. With cheers, Senthil Kumar.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're strapping in for a journey that's less about physical distance and more about the millennia we're about to travel.
We are. We're going deep into the ancient coastal redwood forests of California.
And our source material for this, just fascinating. It's an essay by Senthil Kumar, Conversation with the Majestic Redwood.
It's not your typical article, is it? It's more of a philosophical dialogue, an actual, conversation between the author and a 3,000-year-old tree.
Exactly. So we're not just talking about botany today. We are really trying to unpack the significance of the Sequoia sempervirens, the coastal redwood.
And for you, the listener, these are the oldest, tallest, and you could argue the largest living beings on Earth.
Some of them are over 300 feet high, 30 feet wide.
Yeah.
It's like looking at a silent, living artifact of history.
So our mission here is to really get our heads around that colossal wonder. We're searching for the philosophical, the evolutionary, and even the social answers to a huge question.
Which is, how does a plant live for 3,000 years? And how has its species survived for 150 million years through disasters that even the dinosaurs couldn't handle?
Right. Let's start with that first moment, the encounter.
Okay, so the author describes standing before one of these giants. And it's not just impressive, he says it was. Immediately transformative.
The feeling he describes is just awe. Total, overwhelming awe. The scale is so massive, it just forces a surrender of the human ego.
Yeah, he says all the personal pride and dirt, all the little worries we carry around, they just vanished.
You called it total liberation or a kind of enlightenment.
And he didn't just see trees. He saw them standing like giant warriors, leaning upon each other with their arms folded.
It's that shift in perspective that strips everything away.
Right.
And in that moment, he asks this incredibly simple but profound question.
He just asks, who are you?
And the essay says the wind and the rain deliver an answer, a voice that seems to come not from a place, but from a different timeline entirely.
This is where he's really poetic. The tree's proclamation. This is a direct quote from the source.
I am the elder among living beings. My age is 3,000. I belong to the ancient clan that existed since before stone and soil.
Wow. And that's just its personal age. 3,000 years. That covers most of human civilization right there.
But then it keeps going. It moves from its personal lifespan to the age of its species.
And it says, our race has existed for 150 million years.
150 million? Let's just sit with that. That takes us back to the Jurassic period.
So the ancestors of this very species were around with the dinosaurs.
And more importantly, they survived whatever it was that wiped the dinosaurs out, likely that massive asteroid impact.
The essay gives this amazing analogy to help grasp that scale.
The 24-hour clock.
Right. If you squeeze 150 million years into 24 hours, our entire written history, from ancient Egypt to right now, is less than 1/10 of the final second before midnight.
It just completely reframes what old even means. The redwood hasn't just witnessed human history, it's witnessed geological time. It's a living textbook.
We're talking continents rising and falling, seas drying up, ice ages coming and going.
Rivers changing course, the land itself shifting. It's seen it all.
Which, from that perspective, makes all of human civilization seem like a passing cloud.
And the tree's observation about humanity is so blunt, so objective.
Yeah, this part is pretty stark. It says, and I'm quoting again, the monkeys that once leapt above us have now transformed into speaking humans.
The ancient tribes that touched and revered us, using our bark for clothing and our bodies for shelter, have vanished.
Some religions have also appeared and disappeared. Not a single one of those prophets whom these tribes believed would return has come back.
I mean, the tone there is just... It's not judgmental. It's just a statement of fact from a being that has seen it all come and go. It's a profound blow to our sense of importance.
It really is. So, okay, that brings us back to the central question. How? How did they survive all of it? What's in their survival toolkit?
Well, the source points to a core secret it called genetic wisdom. In Tamil, that's the
Marubunana.
Right. And the essay suggests it's a concept similar to what we'd call epigenetics. The adaptation isn't just about slow, random DNA changes.
So it's like an evolutionary cheat code. when they face a disaster like a massive fire or a drought.
Exactly. They don't have to wait for millennia. They essentially embed the survival knowledge, the lesson they learned, into their stem cell-like genes.
So they're not changing the blueprint, but they're changing how the blueprint is read.
That's a great way to put it. And they pass that operating manual to the next generation. So new seedlings are born with the accumulated experience of millions of years.
So every baby redwood already knows how to handle a catastrophe.
In a sense, yes. But it's not just internal, it's also their social structure. Redwoods are not solitary, they're a collective.
The essay calls it a shoaling-like school of fish.
And that's because their roots literally interlock, sometimes for hundreds of feet underground. They form this massive, single, communal superorganism.
So they share nutrients. They warn each other about insect attacks with chemical signals.
Their survival depends on the group, not the individual. A single 300-foot tree is vulnerable, but a grove anchored together can withstand almost anything.
And then there's the physical resilience, the bark.
Up to a foot thick, and it's full of tannin, which is a natural fire retardant. So a fire might scorch the outside, but the living tissue inside is safe.
It's just this incredible interlocking system, genetic, social, physical.
It's almost perfect. It was designed to withstand 150 million years of natural chaos.
But after surviving all of that, asteroids, ice ages, megafires, the essay says the redwood now faces a threat it can't comprehend.
Humanity.
And this is the great modern paradox. The tree's ancient wisdom, its marabunana, it was prepared for everything natural, but not for us.
Not for the speed and the scale of what we do. The tree actually expresses fear.
This quote is just devastating. It says, "We have witnessed numerous destructions. Our kind has survived them all, yet we tremble in fear facing the arrogance, hunts, and technology of these new humans."
And that trembling is completely justified. The statistics are horrifying.
In just the last 200 years, which is nothing, a blink of an eye on their timeline, more than 90% of the original coastal redwood forests have been destroyed.
90%. Logged for construction, for commerce?
So the one thing its genetic wisdom couldn't prepare it for was the sheer efficiency of human destruction.
And faced with that, the author, Senthil Kumar, he starts to grapple with the limits of our own language. How do you even describe this being?
He says the word tree is completely insufficient.
It is. It's like it embodies strength and a symbol of immortality. How can a simple four-letter word capture that?
He brings up this idea that every word points to an infinite essence, and that the word tree just fails when faced with this Viswarupam.
Viswarupam, yeah, the all-encompassing cosmic form. It's a divine concept.
So he's looking for a different language. He even suggests dropping the scientific name.
And instead calling it the glorious omnipresent god Murugan.
Who in Tamil religion is a deity of nature, endurance, valor. He's reaching for a spiritual framework because the scientific one falls short.
He's realized there's a philosophical gap. He concludes that no evolutionary knowledge or religious philosophical doctrines can describe the significance of your 3,000 years of ascetic life.
Basically, all our systems of knowledge, science, history, religion, they all fail to capture the meaning of this thing.
Which brings him to the final, deepest question of all.
He asks it directly. What is the lofty purpose of your form as a tree, soaring high? What is the wide-reaching essence?
In other words, why are you here? What does all this mean?
And the realization he comes to is, it's just so profound. The tree's purpose is not to do anything.
It's simply to be.
Unlike us, with our constant striving and frantic activity, the redwood's highest purpose is its own existence.
Just standing firm for 3,000 years, drinking rainwater, breathing the air, that is the achievement. It's a cosmic anchor we can measure our own short, frantic lives against.
He calls our 100-year lifespan one of suffering and pain in comparison.
And he concludes that humbling yourself before this being isn't defeat. It's a form of victory. It's enlightenment.
The essay's final lines really drive this home. It's a powerful conclusion.
It is, he writes. By standing firm and not even moving an inch for 3,000 years, you grace us with your compassion and protect us with your valor, like our omnipresent, glorious God, Muruga.
As there is no one like you, we worship you, which brings us enlightenment, salvation, and elevation to us. In this, there is no humility or defeat, only victory.
So the big takeaway from this deep dive is really a fundamental shift in perspective.
Yeah, the redwood shows us a world where our civilizations are just fleeting moments, and we're just enduring, just being is the highest achievement.
And it leaves you with this final thought, that voice Senthil Kumar heard. Maybe it wasn't just the tree.
Maybe it was the language of deep time itself.
And what other truths are out there waiting for us if we just learn how to listen, not with our ears, but with patience?
With this sense of shared patient existence. Have we just forgotten the language of simply being? We're always moving, building, chasing.
Maybe the secret is just to stand still for a moment, root yourself, and just let the world happen.
Something to mull over until our next deep dive.